The man's low-key yet luxurious way of pursuing her made the girls in the car envy her. However, the girl who worked as a ticket seller felt extremely embarrassed. Just the night before, the woman had seen a man with bruises all over his face board her bus. He casually handed her a $100 bill stained with blood, which instantly made her panic. But out of her sense of responsibility for every passenger, even though she was terrified inside, she still carefully wiped the wounds on the man's hands. Little did she know that this gentle act would make her the woman of a future mafia boss. At this moment, several luxury cars surrounded the bus. Seeing the man covered in injuries, the girl asked him nervously if he had offended Tyson Lacy.
你认识他？
镇江的火焰了，谁不认识啊？听说他权势滔天，看谁不顺眼就挖心挖肺。你可得小心啊！
Ignoring the woman's advice, the man got off the bus directly. Then, upon hearing how his subordinates addressed him, the woman stood there, stunned.
大哥，对不起，怕都没抓到。
The woman never expected that the man in front of her was the king of hell she had just mentioned. Scared, she immediately tried to hide inside the bus, not wanting to have anything to do with people in the underworld. But it was already too late.
你放开我！
你叫什么名字？
我为什么要告诉你？
未来老婆的名字，我早该知道。
The woman had never seen such a brazen person before. She went up and slapped him, then ran back onto the bus. Little did she know that the mafia boss was deeply attracted by her personality. He then told his subordinates to search everywhere for her whereabouts. The next day, when the girl went to work, the mafia boss launched a crazy pursuit of her, which made the girl feel extremely humiliated. But the next second, the mafia boss directly stopped the bus. Then, the mafia boss and his subordinates got on the bus. Instead of inviting the girl to dinner first, he wanted to take her directly to the cinema.
你疯了？你是不是有病？我在工作。
去电影院。
The driver said that he would lose his job if he did that. Then, one of the subordinates threw a stack of banknotes at the driver's face, and the driver immediately changed his mind. However, the passengers were not happy about it.
就是啊，以前就可以为所欲为嘛。
Without saying a word, the mafia boss made a gesture. His subordinates opened a box.
啊！哇塞！
现在下车，人有份。
And the passengers who took the money ran away one faster than the other.
你到底要干什么？
出发。
好嘞，老板，坐稳了，5分钟就到。
Just like that, the driver dropped the two of them in front of the cinema. However, the woman, who was particularly averse to it, refused to go in. In order to persuade the boss to give up his thoughts as soon as possible, she said that she already had a boyfriend. Unexpectedly, the mafia boss said, "Just because there's a goalkeeper doesn't mean you can't score a goal, does it?" The girl didn't want to entangle with him any longer. Just as she was about to break free and leave, the mafia boss told her that she must answer the phone. The woman, who didn't have a phone at home at all, had no idea that the mafia boss had already sent brand new home appliances to her house through his subordinates. When the girl got home, she was shocked. Her mother thought that these were the betrothal gifts from the girl's boyfriend. Only the girl knew that it was that man who was up to something again. Her uncle, who was fond of taking advantage, wanted to take all the home appliances back to his home for his son's wedding. The girl immediately stopped him, saying that these things didn't belong to her. As soon as her uncle heard this, he angrily rebuked the girl, saying that her boyfriend had been dating her for so long but hadn't married her, which clearly showed that he was just using her as a backup. Unexpectedly, the family of the girl's boyfriend also thought the same way, claiming that how could a college student marry a ticket seller? At this time, the girl still didn't know the true thoughts of her boyfriend's family. At this moment, the girl's uncle wanted to sell the home appliances for 20,000 yuan. The girl angrily shook him off and directly announced that she was going to get married next week. She knew that only by doing this could she stop her uncle from selling the home appliances, and it was also the best way to get rid of the mafia boss. Then she ran out to find her boyfriend. She brought up the idea of getting married to her boyfriend, but her boyfriend said that it wasn't the right time yet and tried to delay it by using the excuse of waiting for the unit to allocate a house. Hearing her boyfriend's refusal, the girl was disappointed. She shouldn't have continued to ask, but seeing the mafia boss pass by arrogantly, she had to speak up.
彩礼、房子，我什么都不要，我们尽快把婚结了。
好，那我们下周就办订婚宴。
After finalizing the marriage with her boyfriend, she finally heaved a sigh of relief. As long as she could endure the mafia boss's persistent pursuit for one more week, she could be completely free. At this time, the mafia boss grabbed the woman's hand and wanted to have a talk. The girl lied that she was in a hurry and didn't have time.
你这么在乎时间，看来我的礼物送对了。喜欢吗？我挑了很久了。
我不要拿。
哎呦喂，不识好歹，这可是最新款劳力士，你知道有多贵吗？
怎么跟你大嫂说话的？